Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom.
You fucking punk!
Slakia. First and foremost, want to start this lesson off by giving all honor and glory to Yahawah, Bahashim, Yahawashi, Bahashim, Rekah Kwadash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the hopeful elect. All right, Lord, when this lesson be edifying to you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, Slakia. Lord, when this lesson be edifying to you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians who consist of the 12 tribes of Israel, right? It's your fellow servant Yahawah from the GMS Orlando camp, and Lord willing to be an edifying lesson, okay? Not intended to be too long, but this is real quick. ICE agent seen stepping over memorial candles for Renee Good. And if you haven't been in a loop, Renee Good down here at the bottom, okay? Renee Good is somebody that, so I'm gonna read it right here. Protesters set up a memorial for Renee Good, a U.S. citizen and mother of 3 who was fatally shot by an ICE agent. So this recently happened, okay? Footage shows an ICE agent stepping over the memorial candles, okay? So the protesters set up a memorial for Renee Good, a U.S. citizen and mother of 3 who was fatally shot by an ICE agent. This is what the uproar is right now. This is what the uproar is about in America, Babylon the Great right now. Okay, along with many others. Okay, footage shows an ICE agent stepping over the memorial candles, and this is just rage baiting. Okay, this is rage baiting at its finest. Cause we don't know if this Edomite, we don't know if this protester, okay, was set up to do a quick skit. Babylon is pretty much a big ass skit, and they want the people to get out of order. They got the cop pushing them. Okay, let's play with the sound on.
That's what you're gonna fucking do?
What?
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 What? Do you know what
Back
the fuck
up.
is that is for?
Back up.
What is that for?
Back up.
What is that for?
Back up.
What is that for?
Back up.
You're gonna push me? What is that for?
Back up.
What was that
I don't
for?
give a fuck.
You don't give a fuck about
Back
her?
up.
Bro, this is why we're here.
Back up.
Now, this could be a sincere situation, but this is what we're telling you guys, man. Hey, Esau gets order out of chaos. Okay? Order out of chaos. With so many things going on around the world right now, with Babylon and these different nations and countries, wars go on the brink. Okay, wars on right there on the cliff, on the edge of the cliff. Okay, they throwing these type of things to be deceptive, to take your mind off of what's really going on. Okay, to take your mind off, them invading another country for its resources. Okay, and also for them to get this country, they already, they already have the military, which I got this lesson. Okay, not lesson slack. I got this video I want to do a lesson on, but this is all rage baiting, man. It's going according to how they would like it. They want you to get emotional, over emotional, okay, about this shooting. They want you to uproar, okay, so that way they can send in, martial law. That way they can send in, and start the process of this technocracy, this tyranny, to be, so that they can rule over you, Jake. Okay, not Jake, just everybody in this world, Salakim, so that they can rule over you. But these instances are rage baiting. Why would they put this up? It's a rage bait. It's supposed to make you, it's supposed to make you so mad that you need to go out there and protest along. And we know what comes along with protests is rioting, looting, killings. Okay? And these things are going to give them grounds to be able to take care, to be able to take over, all right, entirely. It's going to give them grounds to come and rule over you, okay, unjustly, to tie you up, put you in, put your ass back into the house, COVID-19 effect, Lock shit down. Okay?
This is why we're here. Really, you fucking punk? That's what you're gonna fucking do?
What?
So they're playing on the emotions, the hearts, the heartstrings.
What? Do you know what the
Back
fuck
up.
is that
Isn't
for?
that
What is that for?
Back
somebody
up.
What is
arguing
that for?
Back
337?
up.
What is that
Isn't
for?
that
up.
You're gonna push me? What is
assault
that
on a
for?
civilian?
What was that
I don't
for?
give a fuck.
You don't give a
DJ
fuck about it?
Styles
This is why we're here.
Back up.
kicking
This
candles
is why
over
we're here.
memorials, how you cause
Really,
static
you
with the
fucking
community,
punk?
right?
That's what
That
you're gonna
so-called
fucking
officer
do?
needs to be taught
What?
a good lesson.
What?
What? Do you know what
Back
the fuck
up.
is that for?
Back up.
What is that for?
Back up.
What is that for?
Back up.
What is that
So
for?
it's a rage
up.
bait.
You're gonna push me? What?
You know, there's nothing other than a rage bait. They want you to go out there and give it your all inside these protests. They want you to loot, they want you to riot, and that's what we don't understand, that they also got paid agents that go amongst the crowd and act as if they're with the crowd and protesting. But they're not. Okay? I forgot what the name was called. It's called damn. Well, we know they're false. They're agents they're sent out. They're paid. They're paid to go and protest. Okay? All this information has come out about Esau, man. Okay? So, you know, they pay these agents. Now, these agents might incite fires. Okay? These agents might incite throwing, breaking the glass into a jewelry shop. And then everybody else is going to think that person is tired of the government too and just follow that person. And then you have the real protesters that's out there, okay, that's going to follow the ways and just mess everything up. And then that's going to cause a domino effect to where ultimately they're going to say, look, we have to take back control. You know, pretty much what Trump did with Washington, D.C., that Baltimore, I think Memphis, and all these other different areas, right? All right. But anyways, he's going to have to take total control and send martial law in. You know, it's all by design, man. These people have, the elites have America wrapped around their finger right now. Okay?
What's that for?
Back up.
What was that for?
Let me grab this real quick. Okay? And as, hold on. Okay, yeah. Okay, and as one of the head brothers in GMS Orlando, okay, Azaria, it says these scriptures are jumping off the page, man. They jumping off the book. Prophecy is jumping off the book. Okay. Second Ezra chapter 9 verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently and itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Okay. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou will understand. And that's in the world. Okay. In these different countries, you have their people rising up too. Venezuela, you know, you got these people, you know, rising up against Babylon the Great. You know, the unjust that be done thereof, that for the unjust things that be done under the heavens. Okay, for like as all that is made in the world had the beginning and an end. Salakia, I was at 4. Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, right? The end is manifest right now, man. Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonder and powerful works, and endings in effects and signs. Okay. Let me see something. Let me jump down real quick. Okay. This is Isaiah chapter 17, verse 12, King James Version. Woe to the multitude of many people. Okay, because the devil is coming down unto them. Okay, and they won't be able to escape. All right, which make a noise like the noise of the seas, and to the rushing of nations, They make it rushing like the rushing of mighty waters. Real quick, let me see something. The ASV, okay, of Isaiah 17 verse 12. The uproar of many peoples that roar like the roaring of the seas, and the rushing of nations, the rush that rush like the rushing of mighty waters. Berean Study Bible. At last, the tumult of many peoples, tumult meaning uproars, they rage like the roaring seas and clamoring nations. They rumble like crashing of mighty waters. Okay. All right. Let me see something real quick. Okay. So yeah. Let me see real quick if I got one more I can leave you off on. Because it's going to get wild out here, man. All right. This is 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 16. For there shall be, straight to the point, sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And it's going to be the time of Jacob trouble. Okay? They're not going to regard what the military, these backings, the police, they're not going to regard, what the elites say, what Trump say, the kings. It said the kings and nor princes should not regard their kings. So they're going to act in all violence. This whole place is going to be, all-out purge, okay? And let me see if I can grab this one real quick that I just pulled up. Hold on one second. There you go. Colossians 2:15. Colossians chapter 2, verse 15. No, this is not it. Hold on. Wasting and spoiling. No. Let's see. I know it says spoiling one another. But anyways, we can go back to this one. No. Okay. We'll continue on. Verse 16. Okay, 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. And why is that? Because they're gonna have these set up foundations and these, what is it, 15, the apostles always talk about going to it, these 15-minute cities. That's why they building and everything, compacting everything within that city, because they want you to stay confined to that. That's how they're gonna bring that tyrannical control on you. Okay, they're gonna have these roadblocks a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able to. Okay, and on the bigger sense, what is this? What was they saying about not being able to travel or something like that? I think. But in the bigger sense, when this MOTB come, you won't be if you don't have the chip in you, you won't be able to you won't be able to travel. Well, you won't be able to travel by plane. Okay, you won't be able to travel. You know, you won't be able to travel by plane. You won't be through government. Through government authorities, you won't be able to travel. But if you travel another way, then that's different. But it says a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Okay, they're gonna have everything blocked off. Okay, you're gonna have to give identity. You're gonna have to give that chip identity. It's no longer gonna be your card, man. You're gonna have to have permission. Okay, you're gonna have to be inside this grid. You're gonna have to be a part of society. It ain't gonna just happen to where you know, we don't know what the Lord can do, but it ain't gonna just you be able to just skate past through these roadblocks and whatnot without this chip. Talking to you average Americans. Okay. But yeah, man, these are rage baits though, man. And let's get the definition of a rage bait. And my phone about to die. What is a rage bait? So with that, I'm going to give all honor and glory to Yahawah, by Hashem, Yahawashi, by Hashem, Kakwadash, and double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the whole elect before this thing die on me. So rage bait often refers, it says rage bait is online content deliberately designed to elicit anger or outrage by being frustrating, provocative, or offensive, typically posted to increase traffic or engagement on a social media account or web page. This manipulative tactic works by tapping into human psychological biases, such as the negativity bias, which makes people more likely to react to and share negative emotional content. And that's what I just showed you.
What is that for? What is that for? You're gonna push me?
On this post with the ICE agent seen stepping over memorial candles for Renee Good.
This is why we're here.
So it's a big ass rage bait.
We're here.
Yelling back
really,
up,
you fucking
but
punk?
you're the one.
That's what you're gonna fucking do? What?
Yelling back up, but you're the one that
you know what the fuck is that for? What is that for? What is that for? What is that for? You're gonna push me? What is that for? What was that for?
It says,
you don't give a fuck about her?
It said driveway into their facility.
This is why we're here.
Put candles out the way.
Really, you fucking punk?
Way out.
That's what you're gonna fucking do? What?
Gonna need to start a civil war,
you know what the fuck is that for?
That's the,
what is that for?
Spirit.
What is that for? What is that for? You're gonna push me? What is that for? What was that for? You don't give a fuck about her? Bro, this is why we're here.
Power tripping has always been a problem, but this is next level.
Really, you fucking punk?
So that's this is exciting. This is exciting, and I had the audio on the whole time. This is exciting people to riot and to revolt against the government, to go against the government, civil war, which makes people more likely to react. I'm right here to the shared negative emotional content. The goal is often financial gain through ad revenue, as algorithms reward high engagement, whether positive or negative. And then if you want to go rage bait, it says it's content, usually but not always found online. Yes, there you go. Usually but not always found online, right? That tries to provoke anger and outrage, right? Outrage as a means of gaining attention or making money. The word is also used as a verb to make intentionally provocative or inflammatory statements. Okay? So this whole thing is a big rage bait, man. Okay? So, hey, Lord willing to be edifying. Shalom.